Today we're making some fairy cakes for a birthday party. So let's start mixing all the ingredients together. I first cream my butter and sugar together, but I used a wooden spoon at first and I was finding it quite difficult. So then I did decide, okay, I need to switch to an electric mixer, which ended up being so much easier. You do need to make sure though that at this point I did keep it on like a lower speed just because the butter was quite thick and it was quite solid, so it was getting caught in the whisk. But then I just kept going. You want to make sure there's no sort of big lumps of butter and it's all creamy and smooth before you add any dry ingredients to this. Then I add my eggs. So for this recipe you want to do 4 ounces of everything to 1 teaspoon to 2 eggs, so you can double or triple that recipe. I was doing 4 times the recipe because I was making a lot of cupcakes. You didn't see me drop that shell in there, it didn't happen. But I'm just continuing to add all of my eggs. I was feeling really brave, so I was doing some of these one-handed, which looks good on camera but is very risky. Then I was using my electric beaters to mix the eggs in. At this point the mixture always looks disgusting, but you kind of just have to trust the process because it looks good when you add the dry ingredients. At this point I'm going to add some vanilla extract, so I'm adding quite a few teaspoons of this just because, like I said, I am quadrupling this recipe. So I think I added 4 teaspoons of vanilla, which just gives a really good vanilla flavour throughout all of the cupcakes. Then I'm adding all of my flour, so I'm making sure to sieve the flour so that you don't get big clumps in your mixture and you get like a nice soft smooth powder that can be mixed in and it creates a nice smooth batter. Then I'm adding some baking powder to help the mixture rise, and finally mixing it all together with my electric beaters. You want to make sure that the mixture has ribbons in it, so there's sort of lines in the batter. That's when you know it's mixed together enough and that you can start putting it into your cupcake cases. Make sure to scrape down the sides of the bowl because a lot of the mixture on the edges aren't mixed and it's kind of just like the raw ingredients still, so you want to make sure it's all incorporated throughout the entire bowl. So use a spatula to sort of scrape down the sides. Then I'm lining my cupcake tray with some gold cupcake cases. I love the way these look, like the foil effect. I think it looks so good, and it's going to look so good when all of the cupcakes are finally finished. Then I'm going to just spoon the mixture into each cupcake case. I'm using a teaspoon and a knife to scrape it off of the teaspoon, and this helps just basically get the same amount of mixture in each of the cupcake cases. Then you want to put it into a preheated oven and pray that they turn out good, essentially. Once they are fully cooked, the moment of truth, and here you go. Here are your cupcakes. Come back for the filling and the decorating.